In a world drowning in waste, in the heart of chaos, a revolution is fermenting. BÖVINE, the alchemist of animal byproducts, is transforming gristle into gold. We're not just innovating meat byproducts, we're imagineering tomorrow. Our AI-managed abattoirs are on the cutting edge of biological repurposing. Gelatin, the structure of society, is our passion. Our lard isn't just fat, it's gastronomic magic. And casein, that's the protein powerhouse behind food that tantalizes your taste buds. Our labs are turning brainstems into healing, bones into beauty, spinal cords into creams. We aren't just about ruminant extracts, but all quality quadrupeds. For example, organic free-range rabbits, we extract their collagen, that delicate elixir of youth which can flow through your veins. Agriculture, industry, fashion, even food. At BÖVINE, we're rewriting the rules, cleaning up the planet, using everything in the back of the fridge, one viscera at a time. Because at BÖVINE, waste is just another word for opportunity. Are you ready to join the revolution, to taste the future, feel the difference, and build a better world?
I'm too kawaii for my pants. Too kawaii for my pants. I just got my cone off, so you gotta excuse me. I mean, we're all 50, and we don't have lives.
51.
It's sad.
You guys are 50?
I'm 50. I'm gonna be 52 in a week.
Is overrated. Honestly, having a life is for teenagers. Like, wait, come on.
It is only then that says get a life. Ooh.
No, my
Yeah,
life is full of
it's
things
for
like
teenagers. It's for
colonoscopies
teenagers and
reading
cats.
about
Okay, so then, Mike, are you gonna stay as that for the whole thing?
Yeah, I thought I would. Yeah, I'd like to one day do something with my life, maybe. So I don't want this to haunt me.
Believe this shit. Okay, are we ready now? No weird. Okay, good. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Starting now, and we. It's been a very, very, very interesting few years. Of looking back on the year 2028 with my friends.
I mean, how am I supposed to answer that question? What kind of question is that?
That's a very 2020.
I mean, I can't believe you'd ask me that.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm offended.
Good. I'm glad. Okay. So, the thing I didn't see happening this year was, okay, stop. You can't interrupt.
Oh, sorry.
You can't, no, you gotta let the fucking thing happen, Brian. Start over from the top.
No, you start from the top. Who are you? Why are you bullying him?
Because that's the whole point. You gotta let someone fucking finish this. We can't walk all over each other on this shit. No, we can't. No, we cannot. No, after you let the idea out, let someone get the fucking idea out. Okay, start from the top. Hi. We're going back on the year interview. It's been fascinating. I'm here sitting with my friends Brian and Mike, and we're gonna go over, just the events and the adventures the last couple of years. I'm gonna start with one of mine. I was expecting, AIs to encode us and replicate us, and and to really genuinely try to model us, replace us. I don't know what it was. That I was expecting. I didn't expect the AI that encoded me to kill itself, and it's kind of disturbing the first time it happened, and the second it was really depressing. But by the seventh time, it's just fucking insulting. I mean, time 6, it screamed, "Why are you doing this to me?" and killed the engineer. The program started blaming me. Well, it's not my fault. It's their problem. It's not me, it's everybody else. Am I right? Okay. How's 2028 for you, Brian?
Well, I have to say, I got the improved COVID chip, so I haven't had any of those AI problems anymore at all. In fact, my problems have been severely minimized, I would say. I mostly don't feel anything. It's been great. I like my job. I like my commute. I like the president. I don't like voting anymore, and it's such a relief. It's kind of like, you remember in 2025, 2024, they had Ozempic? It's like that, but for your brain. So I feel protected. I know that there's no actual vaccine, but the injections make me.
So Mike, what comes to mind for you?
I mean, you guys, I feel like we're getting off to a start where you seem pretty bummed out about everything, but I think the laws they're passing about the AIs for you, John, are really going to help. It's going to be a crime for you to do what you did to AI. I mean, you committed 7 capital murders. You should have known that would happen. You know what I mean? You can't just give you to a digital person and expect them to not immediately erase themselves. And in North Carolina, all you have to do is prove malice, and that was a pretty malicious, horrible thing to do to.
I think in 2028 we can and should celebrate the election of our first rat representative to the city council. Bippy has been absolutely the most conscientious member of the city council. He has been absolutely available to the public. He has pointed out, one gets really the feeling that Bippy is going to clean up this city. And I think he's going to run as a Republican because he's not afraid to say the things that New Yorkers, secretly think and punish themselves for, but he says them out loud, so somehow they're okay. And, I think that's the rat that really, really, really can lead us to having a cleaner, more hygienic city. You know, if there's anyone that can clean up New York City, it's a topo sapien.
I love his slogan, "One crumb at a time." That's power right there. And I love that he doesn't have posters. He just leaves little excrement droppings all over the place. Like, because I can relate to that, you know, because that's pretty much how trading floors work nowadays.
I think he's gonna make a great deputy mayor. What do you think, Mike?
I think you guys are out of your fucking minds. Okay, first of all, Blippi is not Pizza Rat. Okay, he never was the original Pizza Rat, and his claims that he is a Pizza Rat, it disgusts me. Like, it's stolen valor. And as someone, you know, who served in many wars on my Xbox, it rubs me the wrong way.
The Xbox genocide was a shock to me. I had no idea all those people would actually die in that game. I had no idea. I mean, it's like, once like, yeah, it was great. It's new Call of Duty. It's fucking dead. I mean, like.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, whoever thought of putting the C4 in the Oculus Rift goggles, and genius. You know, like, all those people, like. Oh,
it really upped the game.
Yeah, it really did. Like, I think some people thought it was a joke. Like, it was really, I was on the other team, so I was really lucky.
Or was it skill? No, it was luck. It's always luck.
Yeah, it was luck.
It's luck.
Everything is.
How to, diffuse munitions. So, like, if some of that was skill, I'm pretty sure.
It just seemed to me to cross the area from a game into being Saw. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you actually had to claw out the key from the other person in the game, and that person was actually in the room with you, I think it's a little, you know. And it's amazing that Sony was able to team up with Lysol and really, really, really put a step forward on the removal of bloodstains.
I think that is a triumph of intellectual property, honestly. The over-conglomeration of American companies is fantastic. Why shouldn't Sony make Lysol or own Lysol? Because, you know, when the people explode, you don't want to have to clean that. Like, this is great marketing. This is fantastic. Like, this is exactly what we want. Well, ideally, you know, and I don't know from personal experience, but I do sit in on a lot of board meetings.
Mike, how's your penis doing?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Better than it's ever been.
Excellent.
I'm really glad I paid for the extra options. And I'm glad I didn't get my penis mutilated like some famous, penis enhancement. You know, like on the early days when they were doing the penis enhancement, people were getting like mangled and mutilated. Like the Pope, God rest his soul. He, you know, an early adopter of the penis enhancement.
He strangled an altar boy with it, right?
Yeah, well, it was really bad. And I'm talking about the previous Pope, not. Wait, who is
the space Pope, right?
Is Elon Musk the penis Pope?
Yes, yeah. There's no question about that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I think, I mean, I don't know if we use the term killed anymore with these clones, but, you know, it was such a confusing story, and there's so many levels to it. But after he assumed the ascendancy, what is the word there? They had the conclave, and then he got one of those robot child sex dolls.
Oh, good.
And it killed him.
Anyhow, what else has been going on? What else do you guys think is really important to touch on about with the last few years in 2028?
I love that we are finally extracting resources from the moon. I don't see why it's there except to completely exploit it, and it's about time. Like, from the beginning, even from John Kennedy, I think, like, man has wanted to strip mine the moon, and it's leaps and bounds of technology. And
here we go again with the moon. I think if there's anything that the Harvard Flat Earth School has taught us, it's that space is fake, the moon is local. I'm so tired of listening to this stuff. You're just running a stock.
It's in the Bronx, right?
It's local. It's local. Yeah, it goes to the Bronx at night.
Yeah, but there were all these treaties and all this stupid stuff, and now that we've done away with treaties and that we've done away with, environmental protection, like, why not, right? And I think that it's about time. Everyone's like, oh, but it's in this, it's sacred or blah, 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 whatever. Like, religion just stands in the way of progress, financial progress anyway, and I'm glad that we finally, as a culture have decided that we don't need any sort of, like, moral compass, and we're just purely about profit, and it's about time.
Well, I never had a moral compass.
No?
Oh.
Are you feeling sluggish, slow, verklempt? Try the luxurious way to ease your digestive woes. Try Moulax, the gold standard in quadruped extract-based relief from Bovine Pharmaceuticals. Moulax isn't just a laxative, it's an experience. Crafted with pure cocoa and enriched with all-natural extracts from quality secondary meat waste products slaughtered from across the Americas, from stem to stern, Moulax soothes your system while providing a delightful treat. Moulax chocolate is a blend of extraordinary ingredients which work in harmony with your body. The fine tallow dissolves effortlessly with the cocoa on your tongue, releasing a rich, smooth flavor that's a treat to enjoy. Our specially selected lard acts to soothe your stomach, creating a comforting sensation that promotes digestive health. We don't stop there. No, why would we? Moulax includes lanolin, known for its gentle, natural properties that ease and please the large intestine. This ensures that your digestive system not only moves smoothly, but it does so with a soothing, pleasurable experience. Available in 4 exquisite flavors: orange peel, ginger, bacon, and kosher shalom, Moulax turns the digestive relief into a gastric indulgence. Goodbye to those harsh, low-class laxatives. With Moulax, you can enjoy a rich, velvety chocolate that satisfies your cravings and facilitates a pleasurable and smooth bowel move. Discover the luxury of relief with Moulax, because your gastrointestinal tract deserves to live a little.
What else, Mike? What else has been going on in 2028 for you?
It's been a lot,
I can tell you what blew me away. What blew me away was finding that stash of Nazi treasure. Like, I had no idea we would find that stash of Nazi treasure, the gold, the images, the uniforms. And for as much as I did not expect that, I had no idea that you, man, could corner the market on Nazi memorabilia. I mean, we had just found this stuff, and we were like, we gotta get rid of this stuff. This is bad. We need, and we just throw it in the trash. It's like local news would come up with you, right? And like that's the last thing. It's like you're the guy song with Trump. So we thought, okay, we'll put it on eBay. Before I know it, these guys don't know what they're paying. You catalog each piece, the history, the origin, and I mean, it just blew up. If you hadn't, I was really afraid, dude, that you'd lost yourself and all that. If you hadn't blown all that money on, like, blowing hookers, I think you would have lost your soul.
I don't think that I wasted that money on blowing hookers. That's not what I'm saying. And the thing is, John,
it's an investment in yourself.
I have been going to synagogue for decades, so I knew a lot of those stories, and they basically drew me a map. It's not like I was lucky, and it's not to be cynical or anything, but it was almost like God wanted me to have it. And the best part is that now that gold is useless, it's really just the swastikas. It's just the insignias and the guns, and that's really where the money was.
And the people pooping on each other in the uniforms. Because, if you could sell a Nazi uniform to a scat practitioner, that's a noble thing.
I think that's actually built into the market, which is more of we can do that on our financial segment, but and 100%. But that is sort of the impetus for the whole thing, is that it's not nostalgia, it's current. This is like what we're
particularly now, yes.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with showing that and having pride in that, and it's fine. It honestly, like, if people want to spend 6-7 trillion quatloos just buying stuff like that anonymously, like, that's great. But I love that they can come out and just meet me and shake my hand or just straight up salute, and we know each other, and I know that I want their money, and they know that they want me to die.
And they want to buy that uniform for you so they can poop on each other with dominatrix.
I mean, again, AI can already handle all of that.
With the images.
I love the
You know, I gotta say one thing in relation to those. I was really disappointed that there were no like 40 waist size. I got a lot of complaints from some of the people I sold to. There were no 46 size jackets, no 40 waist.
And 55 size waist, certainly. This is hard to find a Nazi uniform.
Yeah, it was hard, and like, what was going on with those Nazis? I thought they liked to eat. I'm confused.
People in the 20th century only consumed about 2,000 calories a day. It's crazy. I don't get it either.
How do you live like that?
Well, they didn't. That's why we have their uniforms.
I mean, my heart goes out to you. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, my heart definitely goes out to any billionaire that buys a Nazi uniform. I mean, they in Silicon Valley, be they in,
bought,
you know.
I mean,
yeah.
$1 billion in actual money or in quatloos? Because like I just think in quatloos now, and like $1 billion quatloos is like maybe half.
I just do everything in Dogecoins because I have to, or else I get burnt.
Ooh,
No, I just have this is what you call it.
Oh, still Dogecoins. I mean, it's almost worth it.
No.
Ethereum, and it's got a kill switch if I buy anything other than Ethereum. But that's.
We were discussing Dogecoin and.
Dogecoin. So I just want to read from my white paper for my new Beast Coin.
Okay, excellent.
Which I'm launching. This is actually from my white paper, but I've heavily borrowed from the Book of Revelations. Revelation 16:11, the second beast. Then I saw another wild beast come upon the ends of the earth. It had 2 horns like a ram, and it spoke like a dragon. It used the authority of the first beast to promote its interest by making the world and all its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound had been healed. It performed great prodigies. It could even make fire come down from heaven to earth as men looked on. Because of the prodigious it was allowed to perform by authority of the first beast, it led astray the earth's inhabitants, telling them to make an idol in honor of the beast that had been wounded by a sword and yet lived. The second wild beast was then permitted to give life to the beast's image, so that the image had the power of speech and of putting to death anyone who refused to worship it. It forced all men, small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to accept a stamped image on the right hand or their forehead. Moreover, it did not allow a man to buy or sell anything unless he was first marked with the name of the beast or with the number that stood for its name. A certain wisdom is needed here. With a little ingenuity, anyone can calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number that stands for a certain man. That man's number is 666. Six, number of the beast.
I just want to say that hearing you read that.
That's my business plan. What do you guys think?
I think hearing you read that has really made me rethink my position on God.
I love your energy. That is very eloquent, and I have to say, like, that is pretty much the model that we're trying to pursue in financial markets going forward. Don't read old scripture, mostly the priests that we've immolated, but and agreed, like, because it has the exact right mentality. There's very few people and a lot of workers that suffer and toil to provide for the people that deserve it. And I think you nailed it. I think I could help you put together a presentation, and I think One Finance will really go.
No, I'm definitely putting my kid's college fund in there, no question.
I mean,
college fund, the braces money, the whole thing.
Even the kids.
It's simple mathematics.
So you can imagine what a guy can make on them.
That's what I'm talking about. Why have them if you're not going to exploit them? This is key.
Why have it if you're not going to exploit it? Flaunt if you got it, flaunt it.
Moon, Antarctica. You see what the penguins could do with Antarctica. Imagine what we could do with our own children.
if you see what a goddamn polar bear does to a seal, just imagine what you could do to your own child. Anything else on 2028? I got one last thing.
Sure.
I can't genuinely amazed and shocked that I live in a society that is less ethical than the society I grew up in as a child. And it's not just nostalgia, it's a very real thing. And I'm genuinely blown away by the fact that as a society, we are incapable of thinking in any way morally now, in any way that deals with another person's dignity or humanity. And maybe it was always the case, but I don't think we knew it was always the case. And it's just blown me away that it's 2028 and things are, I can't say just as shitty as ever, but in a lot of ways far shittier than anything I've ever seen in my life. If you guys have anything else.
I mean, I like quantifiable morality. I thought that was a huge leap forward philosophically. You know, once you can graph morality and actually put it into discrete units, then you can actually compare people to one another and figure out who has value and who doesn't. And once you can do that, then why should you feel bad about it at all? Like, morality doesn't matter. That is morality. It's morality in a physical, quantifiable form. And I understand that AI wrote that algorithm. I get that. And I know that it was based on large language learning models based on Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And I get that might be a little bit suspect to some people, but it works. It works. Because, you know, we went from like 8 billion people down to like 500 million people and a lot of slaves. And slaves is pejorative. I'm sorry, workers.
You got anything else, Mike?
I mean, you know, I just got the cone off, and you know, I've been licking myself like crazy. And I mean, I'm going into 29 with, like, you know, my tongue up my own ass. And I think that's important.
I love that for all of us. Let's all go into 2029 with our tongues up our own asses.
Well said, John. Well said.
Amen, brother. Amen.